Alright, the tan coat's dried. So now it's time to go ahead and glue these two together. I'm going to be using contact cement on them. And fortunately, I have a new one because this one's almost completely empty, and I went to use it, and it's just kind of, well, it's dried a little bit too much to make it usable. So I'm going to go ahead and open a new one. I always keep an extra handy for just such an occasion. Now the first thing I'm going to do is go along that stitch line I scratched in. And then fill in the rest. Now the idea is to get one nice thin coat. There's some people, they thin their contact cement down and put a couple of coats on it. Yeah, different people have different theories and different ideas of how it should be done, and that's groovy. You know, people are individuals and they have different ways of doing stuff. And one thing I never do is close my mind and consider that there's only one way to do it my way. Because somebody usually comes up with a great idea. I got a little bit right there. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off with my fingers. And like I said, I'm just going to spread the glue on here. Do that to both sides. And leave them sit for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or so. Until the glue goes from wet and gooey to tacky. Where you can touch it with your finger and it doesn't come off. You know, don't get any on your finger, it just feels tacky. Then you know that they're ready to stick together. There you go. Just a thin layer of glue on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and we'll be back. Okay, they've been sitting for a little bit over 5 minutes. I guess, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes. And they're tacky without being gooey, and nothing's coming up on my thumb. So now, I'm just going to go ahead and stick the two together. Now I know there won't be exact matches, but that's okay. Because once this is dried, it goes out to my garage, and the sander evens them up. There we go. Once I have them lined up the way I like, then I'll go ahead and push them together. and that will stay glued together. And it will hold it together while you do all your other work on it. The punching of the stitch holes, the sanding of the edges, all the other work that needs to be done. That's what the glue is for. It's not to hold it together permanently, but to keep it together while you do the other work, the stitching and such that will hold it together permanently. Now what I like to do is to take a magazine, or in this case, a cigar catalog, put it on that, take another one, make sure it's smooth, and put it on top. Then I just take my toolbox, which is kind of heavy, set that on top of it, and that'll act as a clamp. I'll leave that for a day or two and let it dry, let it cure, and once that's done curing, it's off to the garage to sand those edges. And well, that's dusty. And we'll see you then.